Ladies and saints, dreams do come true. Some time ago, I talked to you all about acquiring a significant piece of land. Here it is. And I'll give you an aerial view. The purpose of this is because I would like to bring you all in. Those of you who have followed me for a long time, you're a member of this community. We have it reasonably priced at $30K per plot. Your plot would be 1 acre on which you can build a home of whatever size and style you like. I'll show you a little bit of the land. The beautiful thing is that it's a completely natural area. You're surrounded by beautiful water features, proper farmers. And those are some of the things that we're looking to do, which is to say fresh produce, nuts, vegetables, and of course the beauty of nature. Our goal is to have a minimum of 10 families, a maximum of 15. This is just the shot of my particular home. Your home can be of whatever size. My home, just to give you a sense of what you're looking at, my home is a little under 8,000 square feet. And you can see the drive-in kind of shrouded by the trees. That's like the main drive into my home. However, what I'm going to put in, and there's 2 approaches that you can enter the property. As you see on the left side, I'm going to have a path basically line the trees, and it'll go straight to the rear of the property where we'll have the 1 acre plots. The neat thing about this land is that it's completely private. I'll, as I please, do some target shooting. You can make as much noise as you want. When I hosted the Saints recently for the big game conference, we were out in the front of the property till 4 a.m., blasting music, having a good time. So anyways, we're building community. And as I pointed out, the entire property is lined by trees. The whole property that I own is about 62 acres. And I'm going to have 15 of those acres, approximately, a maximum of 15. I'll sell to you at $30,000 per acre. You'll own the acre. You can do whatever you want with it. Hopefully build a house. You don't have to live in it. Could be your primary residence, could be your secondary residence, or maybe you might Airbnb it when I have events. It's your choice. But the goal is for community. As you can see, in the rear of the property, you're basically lined by water. On the right side of the property, there's about 18 acres of tree forest, which I also own. And so you're basically well cocooned, if you will, by natural features that provide for huge levels of safety. Obviously, no one's really out there, but if people were, there's really only one way to approach the property. I have security cameras throughout. We have gates, metal gates at the front. So it's very safe, of course. It's in the country. There's not a ton of people around anyways, and no one knows this property is there. In fact, every time people come to deliver furniture, in fact, the last guy, he's like, "Boy, you got a mansion in the woods." And this is really not for me, it's for us. So let me show you how the parcels will look. They'll be in the rear. Here's an image popping up. There you go. And you can see this is an approximation of how the lots will be cut. Obviously, this is more than 15. This is just an example to show you, number one, the road. And so the road, and we really want to maintain a natural appearance to the land. So it'll come from the front and it'll go through the backs of your house so you can pull into the rear of your home and park your car. That's essentially a 3-lane road, so it's extra wide. And I'll give you another shot that'll provide an example of what houses could look like. Now, do know that these are not to scale. These houses look like they're probably on the order of probably 6,000 to 7,000 square feet, so probably much bigger than most people are going to build. But that's an example of how we would want it to look. You'll have space in the front of your house, call it a space in the back of your house, call it a backyard, and then space in the front of your yard. But the most important thing, the greatest opportunity is that there's going to be 45 or so acres that you'll have that are in common. They're held in common for recreation, for football games, for jogging, for play, for life lived together as a tribe. And if you have any comments, questions, feel free to share the information below. If you're interested and serious, You can complete the Google form that is linked in the description. It'll allow you to submit your information and get the opportunity to be a part of this. And full disclosure, we're not approving everyone. We want to live around people that we are, happy to be around. The good news is that you'll have enough space to have your privacy if you so choose, but you'll be proximate enough that it'll be walkable for you to actually, engage friends and family nearby if you want to go for a run or have some exercise or just have some company or have someone to do your work with, just to share space with. Currently, most of the acreage I use for hay collection. As the community moves in and folks take up the 15 acres, I'll still have another 40 or so for hay collection. We can continue that, or we could not. I really am indifferent. I want to use the common parts of the land for things that are going to make sense for everyone. A couple things to note is that there will be no canines. The beasts that will be on the land will be beasts of burden. So if you have chickens, I plan to have a chicken coop myself. Potentially may have some cows. If you choose to have animals that will be used as livestock, you are more than welcome. In fact, we encourage it. And you'll have plenty of your own land. An acre is plenty of land. I myself had a property in Atlanta, 7,000 square foot property. It was on 0.2 acres. So this is plenty of land. You should know that was my Las Vegas property. It was on 0.2 acres. The Atlanta property, I think, was on 2 acres. 7,000 square foot property with plenty of room around it, plenty of trees, and it was quite nice. But anyways, I say that all to say you'll have plenty of your own land to do as you please, and then we'll have plenty of common land for recreation, play, etc. You'll be able to have livestock, etc. Oh yeah, no canines and no horses, and these are primarily for safety, which is to say if you have children or other people have children who may roam around, and we don't want them to have any level of risk or attack. One of the important things in our community is obviously safety, prosperity, happiness, and we want to have an intelligently designed community, and so we want to reduce risk as much as possible. As you can tell here, it's easier to see like the true size of the land, get a better view of it as I run through, as opposed to the aerial view, which doesn't quite give you the scale of the property. The really neat thing that I like is just the natural growth there is just utterly gorgeous. And our effort is not to put down cement and brick everywhere, but to have as much of nature preserved and really to live with nature as opposed to on top of it, and to raise our kids in healthy ways and have our wives and girlfriends or whatever you guys have around the property so that they can enjoy socializing with one another and reinforce good values. But as you can see where I'm turning now, this is the area where the plots will be demarcated, and as you're an earlier purchaser, you can pick which plot you would like. Where I'm running right now would essentially be where the 3-lane dirt road would be, giving plenty of access to the rear of your home, and it's 3 lanes wide, so you can have two-way traffic as people are maybe coming and going from the property. The neat thing is that you get full services here in terms of excellent wired internet, and also Amazon delivers on a consistent basis on time. So, it's really just a remarkable opportunity. And, right now, as you can see, everything is green and in bloom, and temperature is phenomenal. Share any comments, questions, thoughts below. And for those of you who are watching and are just curious about the vision, the idea is that we want to live in the natural way. And human beings are supposed to live in tribes. We're supposed to live around people that we know well, we love and respect. Our neighbors are not supposed to be strangers. We're not supposed to be scared of our neighbors. And you should also live around people who can support you and help you and grow with you. And that's the idea. So if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or recommendations, feel free to share below. Recommendations primarily should come from those who are actually interested in the plot of land, because those are the people who matter with regards to this project. If you're not intending to buy a plot of land, probably just better to say, hey, great work, as opposed to recommendations, because it wouldn't quite make sense to recommend how other people should live. But anyways, true to my word, got a bunch of acreage, beautiful land, and we're going to establish the natural order.